Hey everybody, this is Clay, the average gamer. I'm continuing my Marvel vs. Capcom gameplay and commentary. I told you guys a few videos ago that I was going to bring to you a Capcom side of the fighting extravaganza, and that's what I'm working on tonight. However, I will tell you that, just a disclaimer, I'm not familiar with most of these characters. I grew up with Marvel. I definitely did play the Capcom games, but I was much more into the whole Marvel side of things. And that being said, I'm probably not going to talk a whole lot about the gameplay. I'm really just wanting to give you all a chance to see these characters and see them in action. And as I've kind of played this, I've found out that once again I'm pretty average whenever it comes to play the games. This game is it can become, the combos and everything can become incredibly complicated, and for those that are really good at this game, to be able to put those together and watch them, it is very cool to see. I played some people on the online games, and I will say that this game, honestly, although these matches, they're very short. They can, at least the online portions of them can be extremely frustrating. Because the guys that really know how to pull off some of these combos, like I said, it is just fun to watch. I went out to Best Buy the other day, and I walked back by the I guess the gaming guides that they have, and saw this, and it kind of reminded me about, I need to get back here and really make these videos. But I took a glance through it, and my knowledge of the special moves, I mean, it could very well fill a an 8.5 by 11 white piece of paper, printed out with Arial 12-point font. And these guys managed to literally make a novel out of this game, and there's not a lot of things outside of the characters and how they, and just the different things that they can do. There's a nice little KO for you. Completely accidental, like I said. A lot of the things that I end up bringing to you is just from pushing some buttons and kind of trying to give you guys a view. But anyway, they seriously have a book full of just all the combos and special moves that you can do for each and every single one of these characters. I'd say 6 to 8 pages each. For each different character. I've got to go and do a little bit of the training and the missions. The missions, I think, would be great for just training your fingers to kind of do the different button sequences, because it's got to be done, and it's got to be done in like lightning speed. And there can't be a screw up for you to be able to actually pull off these special moves. And I think that the missions part of this game could be very beneficial for those that are really interested in getting to know the nitty gritty of how this game operates. And anyway, I still have the same opinion that I had on this game from the first one that I actually brought you. This game is fun. It is good, mindless fun. Honestly, I think for me, I'm just from my online experience and playing some of these guys that have had a little bit more practice, I can tell that I need to spend a little bit more time in the training mode, a little bit more time on the arcade mode, going through these missions, getting used to the characters, finding out which ones I like, which making this video has been great for me, because I've got to kind of go through and check out each and every one of these characters to see which ones I kind of mesh with, which ones I feel comfortable using. Some of these guys, I used them, but it wasn't, I didn't really enjoy it. There's some that I was surprised on, some that I used, and surprisingly didn't really think I was going to enjoy fighting with them or do good with them, but actually ended up doing really well with them. And so there were definitely letdowns, and there were plenty of pleasant surprises as well. again, I'm not familiar with a lot of these characters, so whenever I don't go into, you know, some of the characters and how they move. Now, Ryu, he was one that I grew up with, and it's kind of something that one of the few that I really remember is that I fight with on these next two videos I'm going to bring you. But there's another nice little KO and Ryu there. I hope you guys enjoy that one. I'll tell you something that just the whole Capcom, I've kind of had conversations with people about this Marvel vs. Capcom game, and you know, most people, if I say Marvel, of course they know Marvel because of the comic book characters and or the movies, or you know, they are familiar with the name Marvel. A lot of times whenever I bring up Capcom, surprisingly enough, a lot of the younger gamers that I talk to or play games with, they're not really familiar with the Capcom side. Or even, like if I mention, you know, Street Fighter or something like that, they're not familiar with that name and that brand. Now, I may not be real familiar with a lot of these guys' names, but I did play the game, and not nearly as much as some of the Marvel games, but I am at least familiar with it, and it kind of, I guess, brings out my age and reminds me that you know, games for me go way back, and they go back to a point in time where there's a lot of people that were not into games or at the age of playing games whenever I started doing this. So anyway, it's just kind of funny, something that I realized as the conversations kind of got brought up, and we were talking about different games that I've tried out and different games that I've played. Anyway, you know, this game is slowly coming to an end. I've got a couple of, you know, just real quick, some new things that are going to be coming to the channel. I've got a bunch of emblems, and so I'm going to probably start posting a lot of these, and maybe even kind of post up just some pictures of them and get ideas about which of these Black Ops emblems that you all like, that you would like for me to bring to you. And I'd be happy to do that. I enjoy making these again. I do enjoy that part. If you guys have requests, feel free to put them in. As we wind down here on the game, I hope you guys have enjoyed the commentary. I know I haven't really talked a lot about the game, but I've just kind of been bringing to you some of my thoughts on the game and wanting to bring you some of these characters. As always, if you enjoyed the commentary, enjoyed the gameplay, would like to see more of them, I'd be happy to bring you some. Please feel free to rate, comment, and or subscribe. Guys, this is The Average Gamer. Until the next time, I am out. Peace.